Are we gonna acknowledge how we've been slagging, or are we like not gonna acknowledge
Slagging?
it? Slacking?
Slacking?
Is that the word? I hate it when my English isn't correct.
I like slagging because I've heard. I feel like it's like a British term, like a slag. It's like a
Dude.
like a whore. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
God.
I'm making that up.
I don't know, maybe. The funny thing about learning English as a second language
Mm-hmm.
and then using it like a first language now is that sometimes I know the meaning of words that my friends that are like American born have no clue. They've never heard of it. Because I learned it as like a vocabulary word. And I fully thought it was like knowledge that I needed. Like I really thought this was a word that I needed to know.
You needed to know.
Yeah, and then they won't know. And they're
So
like,
they just
what
don't
the
use it.
Yeah, and then I'll use it like casually, and then I'll end up like looking like a snob or whatever. And I'm like, guys, this was a word on like my spelling test.
Well, give me an example of one of these words that you use casually, and people are like, "Why would you? Why would you use that?"
I want to think of one right now. Shout out to my friend Ali, who keeps showing up on this podcast. Who does not listen, because she only listens to podcasts when she's falling asleep, and she says she cannot fall asleep to my voice because that's just weird.
That would be weird. You need like a stranger's voice.
I mean, I've told you I've tried to fall asleep to Spoil the Beans, but then I can't because I'm laughing, and then it doesn't help. I'll like choke.
A very nice compliment.
I'll like choke laughing, and I'm like, I can't. Let's switch to somebody getting murdered.
That's says something about you. Not sure
Ali,
exactly what.
Ali likes murder podcasts too.
Uh-huh.
We like murder podcasts.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So sometimes I end up like mixing like British words with American words,
Mm-hmm.
and that happens. It used to happen more at the beginning when I first moved here.
Oh, that's cool though. Like, what were you saying? Like, rubbish can and petrol.
No. But I think I did say lift instead of elevator.
Oh yeah.
And like people lost their fucking shit. Like they thought it was so funny because I wasn't British. I'm not British, obviously, but I guess I read it in some book in high school, and I was like, okay, that's the way you say elevator here.
It's interesting to me because in my mind, because you're so close geographically, all of the English influence stuff would be more Americanized.
It is.
Because all of our Spanish stuff is more Mexico.
It's very Americanized until it isn't. Because like, you know this about me, like I read a lot of books.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like pick up words from like Jane Austen or whatever that are not like common words, and I would figure that out.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Is my cat gonna puke on me right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Not on camera, baby. Not on camera. She doesn't want to go down now. Oh my god. Hi guys, this is boyfriend material.
Where's this boyfriend material?
The podcast where my cat occasionally shows up and tries to puke on me.
And I literally puke on her every time.
Yes. Through Zoom.
So you better like puke. This is a good episode today. We got an interesting topic.
We do, but before you said something about puke, and that made me think of Trevor Noah. Let me explain myself. So I just read it.
She can think about anything from anything.
I just read his. I've always known that we are like soulmates or best friends or something, because I vibe with him in my head. And I just read his book, which I highly recommend, by the way, the audio version, because he reads it.
Oh,
it's cute. It's really cute, and it's really well. I was shocked at how well written it is. Like I was sobbing and crying and sobbing and like laughing. It was great. Anyway, he has a whole chapter about poop.
Yeah.
and like being a kid and like poop. And I was just laughing my ass off because like, you know how much I talk about poop on like a daily basis. And like,
I'm also a poop talker.
yeah, that's one of the things that like
bonds us
because like there's not a lot of girl poop talkers out there.
People need to talk more about their poops.
Dude, people need to talk about poop. Is so funny. Like
it's not even about how funny it is. It's also the most important teller of your health.
Dude, there was this one mean girl in my high school who I shall not name that would literally like be visibly grossed out when anybody went like had to go poop. Like, you know, nobody would be like, I want to go poop. But like if you go to the bathroom and you spend and she's in there doing like your fucking hair and you're in the toilet for more than 30 seconds, she knows you're pooping.
Who pooped at school? I don't understand these people. You have morning poops. You train your body to poop at a specific time every day.
I have morning poops. I have afternoon poops. I poop 3 times a day.
But can't you train your body to poop at a specific time?
Sometimes but like my body's a free spirit. What can I say? Sometimes she doesn't want to listen.
No, my body and I are very
in tune.
We're just like roommates that have lived together for a long time.
Dude, my brother's
like I know her schedule.
My brother's like that. I remember vividly that I would come home from dance class and every single day he would be in the bathroom at the same time. Like pooping at like 6:45 p.m. like a very like a very specific time.
And it has to do with like when it's convenient to poop. Like your body, like this is what happens. You have the feeling you need to poop, and sometimes you can't get to the bathroom because it's not convenient to poop. So you kind of like just deal with it until you get to a place where you can, and then your body's like, oh, okay, maybe this time tomorrow, this is the time I should poop, and your body does that. It just knows.
I will poop at the McDonald's.
Ew, no.
I have pooped at Target.
Ew.
Like I do not care if I gotta go.
It's like emergency level. Like
if I feel like I'm pooping, I don't care.
I can count on one hand all the times I've had to poop at a place I didn't want to poop.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've pooped in a Walgreens, Walmart, Target this month.
I don't want to do those things out in the world. Those should only happen in my house.
I really wish I
in my toilet.
It's funny because like in my house, I get really embarrassed, and I hope my mom doesn't listen to this episode. In my house, sometimes I get really embarrassed because then I'm like, what if it's a stinky poop and then Lauren's gonna smell it?
Yeah,
but like,
it's the person you live with. That's the problems of living with the person you live with.
Yeah, I know. Bad about it, but like if it's a Target, I don't fucking care about that stranger smelling my poop. I'm never gonna see her again.
Yeah, but the person you live with also like has to deal with how much you vacuum or how much you do your dishes, or like that's all the same thing as your poop. It's the same thing.
Maybe. It's shot girl summer and poop girl summer.
I come from a poop family. Do your parents talk about poop too?
Yeah, but not the way I talk about poop.
Oh, okay. My mom talks about poop like you talk about poop.
Oh, I want to be your mom so bad. My mom talks about boogers.
Oh, gross. That's for some reason a little worse.
It's really weird because like we used to be like really allergic kids, I guess. Like we were
to burgers.
We were boogers, mucus.
Yeah. Wait, what were you allergic to?
I don't know. Like we're just like allergic to living, and if you would have like, I swear to God, like I would go to get a shot for my allergies every 3 days. I would get a shot, and every morning we were like I don't want to say sickly because like that sounds like we're dying, but somebody always had a cold. And we would like blow our noses, and my mom would ask us I just had this recovered memory in the car driving us to school. She'd be like, "What color is it?"
Oh, yeah. My mom asked that too.
Like every single time.
Because it means something. I can't remember what. Like if it's green, I think you're healthy. If it's yellow, you have something bad. You want it to be clear.
Is it what?
I think the yellow is the bad one.
No, yellow is when you're getting sick. Green is when you're already sick, but you're getting over it. And
clear is good.
Yeah.
Clear, like Scientology.
Yeah, like Scientology.
Oh, speaking of my mom, because we were talking about this earlier and I wanted to bring it up. So I don't think my stepdad listens to our podcast. So I think it's okay to reveal.
Show me.
So my mom on Christmas, his stepdad bought her husband. He bought her this denim jacket that apparently she asked for. And this is it.
I have the same one.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's really nice. So she's like, "Oh my God, I love it." Da, 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 da.
And she hated it.
At the end of the night, she's like, "This isn't what I want." She's like whispering this to me. She's like, "Here, I'm going to put it in a bag and you can take it with you."
I have the same jacket.
And so now I have this jacket. But I have to say, it fits, but it's a little too snug for the way I would want to wear it.
Is it Levi?
How cute is it? It is Levi.
It's the same one I have.
Okay, and this is the worst part. So it's like let me see. It looks like it's like $60 jacket.
Yeah, it's like a 60 something going.
That he X'd out the price, but it looks like it says 59 something.
That's cute.
Yeah, it is very cute. So I went to go I was like, oh, you know what? I don't need this jacket. It's a little too tight for me. I want to go see if I could sell it at one of these vintage shops. Mm-hmm. And they were only going to give me $10 for it.
Yeah.
I'm like, This sucks. I'd much rather keep it and give it to someone later than.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But, that's a scam. And then you go and you look around at their shop and everything there is the same price it was when it was new, basically. Yep. So
I literally
what's the point of shopping here?
I just bought those night gowny type dresses that you can wear as a day dress.
Yeah.
I haven't even worn it and the thing already broke. And I paid $15 for it. I'm so pissed. And I'm thinking that probably the person who sold it got it from Amazon and cut the tag off so they couldn't tell it was from some random Chinese store.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you introduce the topic while I go get my coffee? We haven't talked
about the topic. She's got to get her coffee. So today we're talking about the generations, all of them. And both Gaby and I have picked ambassadors for each generation. As in, a person, a celebrity or influential person to represent each generation, one of each gender, because, we represent all. I don't have any trans people on my list. Maybe she does, but I don't know how many there were in the earlier generations, in the boomers or maybe in the Gen X a little bit. Do you have any trans people on your list?
Do you say trans people?
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any trans people on my list. Do you?
No, but I was just we like to represent all the genders. And I was like, huh. And I was like, the only generation I would assume there'd be one on is Gen Z.
No.
And you know who would be a really good rep? Is what's his D Wade's kid, Gabrielle Union's kid.
I love him.
Or Gen Z.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name.
I mean,
or her.
Millennials could get Laverne Cox.
Yeah,
but
I didn't put any trans people on my list. But those are the only generations I would assume I could even think of any for.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there were, but I can't think. When I did my list of the poster, did you tell them about the poster children for the generations?
I did say that. I said we each picked an ambassador for each generation, and we
Okay.
don't. Oh, so I didn't say this. We do not know what each other's ambassadors are. It's a big.
Yeah,
fun.
we don't. I was trying to pick like my personal ambassadors, and then I was like, I should probably be more like broad with this because I was fucking ready
Yeah.
to pick Jim Carrey for Gen X. Like he was gonna be my man. But then I could imagine like Gen X, if we have any Gen X in the audience, being like, Jim Carrey?
I tried to pick people that I felt like really encapsulated the generation. Like when I
Right.
thought of the generation who I, not just because it was hard because you only did to the boomers, but I went all the way to the lost generation.
Oh shit.
But
Are they alive?
no, those are all dead. Like the people I have for the lost generation are Ernest Hemingway and Gertrude Stein.
I mean, Ernest Hemingway stole half of his writing from his wife. You can look this up. And he sucked, apparently.
I was not a fan of Hemingway's what he was talking about. I thought was extremely boring, but I've always really liked
how he said it.
How he said it.
Yes,
yeah.
Exactly. Yes, 100%. I feel that way about a lot of writers.
Yeah, but he's like, I mean, he's good, or his wife is good. Who knows?
I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say he's not good because I that'd be stupid. But I feel like that's the thing with Shakespeare too.
I like what Shakespeare's talking about. He's talking about the human condition.
Okay,
I mean, I guess so is Hemingway, but Hemingway's like always like in the light of war or.
I know, but like, okay, before we nerd out and lose our actual core listener fan base, like, you know about my beef with fucking Romeo and Juliet, but What's in a Rose? Brilliant. Like, that's brilliant writing. Don't care about the context. Terrible story, zero character development, but absolutely.
But that's not the point. It's supposed to be like in a day. It's like a flash of love. That's why it's so memorable. It's not a love story like. It's not like the kind of love story you really want. It's the love story. It's the idea of like the lightning in a bottle.
I just probably maybe I would have liked that story if it wasn't spoon fed to us.
Oh yeah, we have to read it so many times.
Like through eternity, like it was the greatest work of all time. When like
Julius Caesar's way better.
100%.
100% the best, if I'm being honest.
Macbeth was right there.
Macbeth is good.
But like she was like right there, like ready. Anyway,
for the greatest generation, I had JFK and Judy Garland.
Okay, I like those.
For the silent generation, I have Marvin Gaye and Anne Frank.
That's just sad, but okay.
I know it was sad, but that's why I did it, because I was like, I feel like the silent generation is sad. Like that's the generation that all like went to Vietnam, you know, and
yeah.
it's like, ugh, sad. Like what a bummer. Okay, and now boomers. This is where we both have.
Do we say our poster kids at the same time?
Okay, are we going? Let's do the dude first.
Okay.
Or no, let's do the woman first, because ladies first, obviously.
Okay. Should we say at the same time?
Okay.
1.
3. Oh.
Okay. 3, 2,
1. Meryl Streep.
Linda Carter.
Oh,
okay. I have Linda Carter. Interesting pick, Meryl Streep. Okay.
Well, I picked Meryl because I was like trying to think of people that.
See, I thought of Linda because I thought of Meryl, but Meryl is still so relevant.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah.
That I don't feel like she belongs exclusively to the boomers. Like the Gen Z claims her, everybody claims her.
I agree with that. But
Linda Carter is like,
yeah, just exclusively.
She's like the boomer icon.
Yeah. I feel like stupid about my choice.
No, don't.
She's like, Meryl is too good to just be a boomer. But see, I think that's what I was doing because all the people I had originally picked for boomers were like really negative. I was like, if I was a boomer and I was listening to this podcast, I would not like your choices of who's representing my generation. And so I went back and I changed them because I was like, why would I do that to them? That's not cool.
I learned something gnarly about boomers
What?
in my research.
What?
90% of American boomers are on Facebook.
Yeah.
90.
Yeah.
That's a crazy number.
That makes sense. That I'm surprised it's not like 99%. That's like, I think it's my parents' age. Everyone my parents' age is on Facebook.
I think my dad is a boomer and my mom is a Gen X.
Mm.
And that's probably why their marriage didn't work out.
It is weird that so much of relationships is just like what you can have in common and like similar experiences. Generations make a big part of that.
But I'm in the cusp. I didn't even know if I should pick like a millennial because that's like a point of debate right now. Because I am literally, some people say that millennials are from 1981 to 1994, and then there's another study that says 1996, and I was born in 1995. And then there's this group of people in 1994 from 2000 that are like, where do we go? And those are those millennials that like I identify with half the shit on the BuzzFeed articles, and then the other half I'm like no, I'm not gonna say Dougal. I'm not gonna
I feel like the real thing that separates millennials from Gen Z is Kanye West. And I say this because my brother is Gen Z and Nicky Lopi on Instagram.
Nicky Lopi, he's a cutie. Go follow him. Tell him I sent you.
We like so much of the same music, and he like knows all the same rap that I like. You know, and he loves like Chris Brown and J. Cole and Kendrick and all that stuff, but he has no interest in Kanye at all. And it blows my mind because it's like to him, Kanye is just like this crazy guy who made music. Whereas like to everyone who's a millennial, Kanye is like, no, he changed music to give us all this other stuff that you've been enjoying. Like none of this happens without Kanye.
He's like an artist that went crazy.
Like it's not that, and there's a different perspective if you've known him the whole time, so you don't really think he went crazy. You're like, well, I get like some of his points. I see why he feels that way, or you know this, that, and because you knew like him, like, oh, his mom died, or like, you know, he had like a near-death experience. You know, like his life is pretty crazy.
Yo, did you see that he blocked Kim? Like she cannot call him. Like,
good for him.
Good for Kim.
Good for Kanye. I always team Kanye. Although, see, I think that's the differentiator. So that's why I think you're more of a Gen Z than you are a millennial.
Yeah. See, but like that's funny because like when you first met me, you said that I was more of a millennial.
Maybe I got to know you more.
I feel a lot of stake in it. I mean, did you look through that hashtag roast millennials on TikTok like I told you to?
I saw like one or two of them, but I never like really got into it. I can't get on TikTok. It's too addictive and I will not do that to myself.
I'm going to stop sending you TikToks.
I watch the ones you send me. That's the way I want to experience TikTok. I want someone to send them to me and then like, oh, that's cute.
I send you quality TikToks.
You do. I also sometimes just watch Derek watch TikToks. Just sit there.
Okay.
So we haven't finished the boomers and we got like whole Gen Z versus millennial debate.
That's where the hot debate's going to be at, I think.
No, so we had to cover a little bit of it up top.
Yeah. So who's your guy for the boomers?
Tom Hanks.
Can you believe I didn't pick Tom Hanks? I picked Kurt Russell.
Ooh, that's good. He's perfect, actually. I like him way better than Tom Hanks.
How dare you?
No. Like as a boomer representative.
Okay, yes.
There's nothing negative about Kurt Russell, but also he encapsulates all the kind of like stereotypical boomer-esque traits.
Yes, that's what I thought. Like,
and the charismatic ones too, because people always want to act like they're just like all like, you know, like,
he's a gentleman.
I don't understand PC stuff, but there's a charisma that comes with like kind of being on the edge.
He's like so gentlemanly. He has a happy marriage. He looks clean cut always.
Are they married? I thought that they were like
partners. Goldie Hawn, and they're both like super hot and like
super hot. They're making Claus movies together or whatever they're called, or
I don't fucking know, but like he's kind of daddy. Like it's weird because he's really old. Like
he's fine,
right? Okay, I want to use like okay. Oh my god, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember the Disney Channel original movie, also known as DCOM, DCOM, Sky High?
Oh yeah,
where he played the dad.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how hot he was, and I was a child. I was like, not 10 years old, 9 years old, and I couldn't believe it. Like it made no sense.
He's very handsome.
That a dad could be that hot. Like I didn't get it. And I remember watching it with my mom, and she lost her shit because like Linda Carter was in it for like a second.
Yeah.
And she was like, who do you think I am? Wonder Woman?
So is that why you're thinking about Linda Carter too?
No, I was thinking about Linda Carter because I know that for the boomer ladies, Wonder Woman was a big deal. And she was like the sex icon, whatever. And in every fucking list that I looked for like icons, she was in the top 5.
That's cool.
Either her or Farrah Fawcett. And I X'd out Farrah Fawcett because I had too many blondes. And I didn't want to.
I have a lot of blondes too, actually, now that I'm looking at it. Blondes. How dare you infiltrate our lists?
I know.
Okay, Gen X.
Gen X? Should we start with
should we have like a little like how we feel about the boomers in general, like as a generation? So besides,
I feel sorry for them.
They're not as bad as people make them out to be.
I mean, I think they're either terrible cool as fuck. Like there's no in between. Like
people I had originally listed were like I had like Trump.
No, he's not a boomer though, is he?
I think he is.
I don't think
maybe
so.
He's not. Maybe he's too old.
Maybe
he's silent Gen.
No, how old is Trump?
65.
Then he is a boomer. Boomers are 57 to 75.
I like boomers. My parents are boomers. It's a fun thing to say.
Yo, my parents are boomers too, now that I'm thinking about it. I thought my mom was a Gen X. She's a boomer. She's a fucking boomer. Holy shit.
It makes sense.
But she's a late boomer. Like almost
late boomer. Yeah, my parents are late boomers. Oh, that was the other thing. I wanted to pick people that were kind of right in the middle of the spectrum.
Okay.
That was hard.
Smart. Yeah, because like I was gonna pick Farrah Fawcett, but Farrah Fawcett is almost a Gen X.
Yeah, like I wanted to pick Michael Jordan at first, and
no, he's basically Gen X.
He's almost Gen X as well. He's like technically a boomer, but he's on the cusp. He's like you.
Yeah.
Okay, Gen X.
Okay, are we doing guys or girls first?
You want to switch it this time?
Okay.
Okay, guy.
1, 2, 3. Brad Pitt.
Kurt Cobain.
I like our picks.
Yeah, those both make sense.
They make total.
They both.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say something to all the Gen Xers. I love Gen X.
Dude, nobody hates Gen X. It's kind of funny. They're like, okay.
I've always loved Gen X though. I like as a kid, like Gen X. Because those are the kind of movies like you were watching like teen movies when you're too young for them, and you're like, this is like my whole concept of college and parties was formed by Gen X.
Absolutely. And it's all the fucking, I forget his name now. Don't you forget about me.
Hmm.
What's his name? That director.
Oh, the breakfast.
Breakfast Club, Six
Uh,
Candles, Pretty in Pink,
I
Ferris
can look
Bueller's
it
Day
up, but
Off.
I'm gonna feel
There's
stupid.
somebody yelling like
It's in my mind too. That's what the worst part is I know
I
exactly.
Hugh.
Yeah, it's Hugh something.
Look it up.
I'm looking it up. Okay, it's Pretty in Pink is not one of them, is it?
Who
No,
is it? Who is the
no.
director?
The director's Howard Deutsch.
No, maybe
Okay,
he's
that's
the
not
right.
him. That's not
Maybe
who I'm thinking. 16 Candles.
maybe he's the writer.
John Hughes. That's why I was saying Hugh.
Woo, yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
That was a mental workout.
I picked Kurt Cobain because, gosh, there's so many good choices for Gen X also. Because
They were
this
a lot
is
of
the other thing. Gen X is a really small generation. There's fewer of them.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, some of the greatest artists
Of all time are
of
Gen
all
X.
time are Gen Xers.
Absolutely. It's kind of interesting. It's like excellence.
Yes, it is like that. I picked Kurt Cobain because he was like, I feel like him, his death, and Nirvana are just kind of like something right in smack dab in the middle of the Gen X experience.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom tells me a lot about like she really wasn't into like she's not a rock kind of person at all. So like I have no memory of her ever talking about Nirvana. I do remember that she was working on TV when Kurt Cobain died, and she told me that it was the craziest shit ever. That it was like literally like Princess Diana death 2.0.
Yeah.
Like the world was in shambles, people couldn't believe it, and then a bunch of suicides followed, and that it was insane. And I'm like,
that's
damn,
crazy.
yeah. I don't
And
really.
also the music was like a big part of the generation.
I like the Nirvana songs that I like, I love, but there's so many that I don't really care
about. I don't know. I feel like Nirvana is one of those bands that I think I only like 2 of their songs, and I listen to an album. Like I can't believe I know all these songs. So I'm kind of indifferent.
I like your pick. I mean, I picked Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he was the heartthrob. He was the hottie.
Yeah.
Everybody loved him. He's relatively unproblematic. Like
except of what he did to Jen.
Oh yeah, yeah. I said that and I was like, oh shit.
There is one big problem with Brad.
Can you imagine how beloved you have to be for people to forgive you for doing Jennifer Aniston dirty?
It's crazy.
Like nobody should be able to recover. Like nobody should be able to recover from that.
I mean, Chris Brown recovered from like hitting Rihanna.
Chris Brown
he should not have done.
I mean, I don't know. I personally cannot listen to Chris Brown anymore.
He still has a very successful career.
I know, but like I know of a lot of people that just like don't.
Oh yeah, but of course there's plenty. It's just that's what's crazy about it is like you can really recover from anything because it's like there's not enough people who won't. Like it's like Chick-fil-A is anti-gay, but there's not enough people who stop eating Chick-fil-A.
I stopped eating Chick-fil-A because I'm that person. Of course I'm that person. Dude, the fact that Chris Brown has a tattoo of Rihanna's beat up face in his neck and he just gets to walk around and like be a person is crazy to me. The fact that a tattoo artist was like, yeah, for sure, I'll do it. For sure. Like, let me work on your neck. And like,
how do you feel about them working together afterwards?
I don't know. It's not my place to tell women how to process their own trauma, but what the fuck? That's just how I feel about it. Like,
Okay,
what?
we're getting into to millennials when we should be talking about Gen X.
Yeah, I know.
We've been really had a difficult time going.
We've had a difficult time with this.
Okay, who did you pick for your girl? Do you want to 3, 2, 1? Drew Barrymore.
Princess Diana.
Oh yeah, I knew you picked Princess Diana when you brought it up when I brought up Kurt Cobain. So it's interesting. You would tragic with the woman, and I would tragic with the man.
Yeah. I just really like The Crown.
Oh yeah.
It's a great show.
Princess Diana's great because everyone, that was such a big deal for that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
That was such a fucking big deal. And I am like super invested. I've always been invested in the royals, but now I'm more invested than ever. I'm like about to like no, since fucking Meghan and Harry sat down with Oprah.
Yeah. I still don't really understand. I haven't listened to the interview at all, but I've heard people talk about it. So I just have like vague.
No, dude, it's crazy. It's some crazy shit. Like,
so wait, what does she want? She doesn't want to be. They don't want to be there anymore. But
they don't want to be part of the like active royal members, meaning like they don't want to work for the royal family. But they wanted to have a normal life. But the issue here is that they are still royals, right? So they're like in danger and shit. And then the royal family was like, nah, we've just decided that right now, I mean, the powers that be, because like Harry made it very clear that the queen was cool and that the queen loved Meghan and that it was he basically blamed it on William, like without saying, or Charles. Like, we don't know, but we know it's Charles.
Or maybe the prime minister.
Yeah, I don't think the prime minister would care that much.
But this is the thing, because it's like, as long as the British people are funding their lives, that's a problem. Like, that's why people are upset. Like my friends, absolutely. Like if you're a taxpayer and you're like watching these people who you just have to pay for their existence, and now they're like, actually, I don't want to do the song and dance for you anymore, but I still want your money. Like, that would really piss me off.
No, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But from what I understood from Oprah's really clever questions, what I love about Oprah is that Oprah loves the tea as much as we do. But she's like really refined about it. Like, you can't really tell that she's fishing for the tea, like the dark, like she's acting it. Anyway, they were stripping Archie of a title. And this is a new rule. Like, so the first biracial member magically is the one that doesn't have a title or protection at all. It just happens to start with him. That's suspicious. So, like,
what's the reasoning though? Like, why are they saying that they're stripping?
Because they were gonna change the rules, and like, it makes no sense because the rules have never changed for fucking anybody, and they've fucked over a bunch of people, and now they're gonna like fuck over Archie. And they were like not giving them money at all, like nothing, which is fine. But like, from what I understand, what Harry and Meghan wanted was just because please ask me where they were staying.
Where were they staying?
With Tyler Perry. Isn't that insane to you? Like, of course they're with Tyler Perry.
So why don't they just stay and do the thing? It's not like she's acting. Like, what does it matter?
I can't. You need to watch the interview or watch.
I can't take her side in this. I don't. And also, why do I have to? I am for the people. I'm for the taxpayer.
No, I know.
And if you elect me, I will never make you pay for a royal's lifestyle.
No, it's not about the taxpayers. It's about the system and how they fucked her over.
No, that's the narrative they want you to think about. But there's another narrative that there's a tax-paying citizen that's watching these. It's just people. It's just people.
No, should the monarchy be abolished? Absolutely. I fully agree that it should be abolished. But it's just very fishy. Like, the way it's going about, it just reeks of like racism. I don't like it. I agree with you. Like, don't think I love the monarchy, but I understand that it should be abolished. I love it in a superficial way, for like it's just entertaining for me. But I know it's like I know it fucks over like countries. It's terrible.
Mhm.
It's just a crazy story. Anyway, the only way that Prince Harry was able to like afford move his family to California was with the money that Princess Diana left him.
Mhm.
Baby boy.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
He had that more. He had more money than the money he wanted. Oh, poor guy.
Samantha hates rich
Oh
people.
my! It's just so funny to be like a rich person and then to go onto national TV and be like, "Hey guys, I'm rich and I want you to feel bad for me because I lost some of my money." That doesn't, because it's like the people who care about it, they can't even pay their fucking rent. Like it's just fucking stupid. That's how sick this world is.
I care about them.
Yeah, you don't even know how you're gonna pay your rent this month. Case in point.
I'm gonna pay my fucking rent. Watch me.
I know you are, but it's don't know how. So you said Princess Diana, I said Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore stresses me out.
You don't like Drew?
I love Drew. I have a friend who this is you're gonna think I'm lying, but I'm not lying.
I hope it's crazy because I have some conspiracy theories about Drew Barrymore. That I don't even know if any of the other people have them. They're just things I've made up in my mind.
No. This is a crazy story. Like, okay. You're not gonna believe me. So I have a friend whose dad was an actor in 90210. I'm not gonna name names. Okay. I'll text you about it later.
All right, can't wait.
And his dad was dating Drew Barrymore. And he had a Drew Barrymore tattoo and everything. And he cheated on Drew Barrymore with my friend's mom. And then my friend is the oops baby that broke Drew Barrymore's heart.
Oh, that's crazy. Poor Drew.
Right? And he like his girlfriend casually told me this story. And I was like, you're lying. You are lying. And
poor Drew. Wait, so what's your problem with Drew? You said it. Oh, I the story as if you were going to tell me some like juicy, like she's like,
no, I just
an alien or something.
No. I just it made me feel really weird when did you watch? You did not watch. There's no way you watched this. The Paris Hilton documentary.
No, there's no way I watched that.
Of course. It was honestly really upsetting. I got really bad. Like the whole industry of like troubled teens and how they fucked them over. Both Drew and Paris went to like different camps, and Paris was telling Drew about her terrible experience and how they abused her, and Drew literally gaslit her the entire interview and was like, but it worked for me, it saved my life, I turned out all right. And then Paris is just like I'm just answering the questions in the interview. And it just made me so mad. Like, you can say what the fuck you want about Paris, but Paris will not, like, she's a lady. She's not gonna like fight you back. I'd be like, ah! But like you could see it in her face. She was just like, But yeah, it was fucked up.
I love Drew.
I mean, she's cool as fuck. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I think her voice is funny. I don't really like her show.
I think her voice is funny too. I have a theory that I think she's genetically like played with person, if that makes sense. I think like not like gender wise, but like I think I've watched a lot of conspiracy theories about old Hollywood and Hollywood in general. And because
please send me all of these videos.
Why
am I the only ones? Send them to me.
They're like conspiracy theory videos. They're like,
I love those.
They're like the flat Earth videos almost.
I love those. I love those.
there's all these things about like what they were doing to children in old Hollywood and like things that they were doing to make them look younger and like all these other like just, you know, and like people today still like they shoot up, who knows what they're shooting up, but there's stuff, they do weird stuff in Hollywood. And I think, and I have no reason behind this other than just hunches and stuff I've made up, but I think Drew Barrymore is an experimental child of Hollywood because she's from
no facts and no doubt, but no doubts.
No facts, but no doubts. She's from a old Hollywood family.
Yep.
2, she looks like a fucking child, and she's like what, 50?
50 something, yeah.
She still looks like a kid, and I think they did something to her, and I think that's also why she's kind of and she's always just like a part of Hollywood. Like she'll always be able to work because she's good. 1, that helps. She's got the name 2, also helps. And then she always looks young. Like she can play like 30 still.
I don't know 30, but yeah. I mean, yeah, she could.
None of that has to do with why I picked her. I picked her because I just think she's like such a Gen Z, not Gen Z, Gen X like rep. Like she's when I think of Gen X, I think of, you know, like Clueless, and that's not a Drew Barrymore movie, but like I love era Clueless. Of time and like just like cute little skirts and flowery tops
and Drew Barrymore flashing David Letterman. How old was she when she flashed him? Like 14?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
I'm pro Drew.
I will never be against Drew, but it just like weirds me out.
I have to check on my chicken wings real quick. Can you talk for 5 seconds?
I wanted to check on my coffee. I wanted to get more coffee, but sure.
Okay, I'm gonna be back.
Okay, bye. So we used to record these episodes at night, and it was easier for me. But now, because I'm such a kind-hearted friend, we're doing this in the mornings, and Samantha needs to check on shit all the time. She's back, as you can see if you're listening. Yes. Hello, hi.
Back.
I was just talking shit about you.
I'm not going to listen to it when I fix the recordings. Just gonna not. I don't need to accept that. I reject your shit.
We learned that from our new book.
I think I learned that from a different book. I can't remember.
Okay.
Is that in that book?
I think so. I mean, I read so many like spirituality books that sometimes I get like quotes mixed up. Anyway,
Gen X, good generation. I would probably sleep with them. Actually, I have.
I think. Okay, no. I was thinking like, because I just saw the 56-year-old and I was like, no, please no. And then I remember that 41, so I'm just gonna pretend that that you're talking about a 41-year-old and not a 56-year-old.
What's the difference, really?
Are you serious?
At that point, what is the difference?
I'm gonna take you to the kitchen with me so I can pour coffee because I'm not gonna let our listeners.
All right, we're about to get to my generation, and
debatably mine as well.
The generation we obviously want to talk about because we brought them up every fucking time. We've talked about a different generation. We were talking about this. We brought up millennials every time.
Like, you know what? Thing to do. We're probably like there's a high probability of both of us picking Gen X, even though we won't shut the fuck up about millennials.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't want to be. I am with a millennial, but the idea of being with like millennials in general, like the whole generation, like we invented PC. Like, dear God, kill me. You know, like
we didn't invent that. We also invented avocado toast. So
I think avocado toast must have been around before us.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Somewhere.
There's also good things that were invented by millennials, I think. I like
Facebook,
Instagram. Like the fact that social media is a career.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool. The fact that like, I mean, we're not all on the same like platform and whatever, but I think there's a really cool thing about everybody can be famous and anybody can learn anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because like information is out there and like millennials are super willing to share like their information and links and shit and like site sources and whatever. I think that's dope. I like that. So who's your millennial girl? I was between two, so you're gonna say one or two. I'll tell you one.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, am I saying mine? Are we saying, how are you doing this?
Okay, no, so I just have two girls and one guy because I couldn't decide between them because they both have a really big impact.
Yeah, just say both girls.
Both girls?
Yeah.
It's just one. It has to be one. It's not fair.
Okay. All right.
Then do you like this one or this one?
This one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
All right.
That checks out. Checks. Yeah. Girl.
Two.
One. J-Lo. Okay. I like yours better.
Okay. I guess J-Lo in my mind is so much older than me. And also, I feel like everyone right
now. J-Lo's not a millennial.
J-Lo's would be Gen X, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm gonna pick the other one.
Okay, what's the other one?
Shakira.
Okay.
Because that was such a like. Listen, Samantha. As a Latina, you live and die obsessed with Shakira.
Why?
Because that's just how it is. Like that's God. Like you don't. It's Shakira or bust always.
Yeah.
For everything. Like the way the US feels about Beyonce, that's how the entire rest of the world feels about Shakira.
You mean your world?
No, like Paris, like it's crazy. Like you will see like Shakira shut down like Europe.
Really?
Yeah. Like people really fuck with Shakira heavy.
Shakira's good.
But like you don't even know her Spanish box. Like the Spanish songs are bangers.
Yeah.
Like I want to send you because the other day I sent Sam reggaeton song and she was like, this slaps. I was like, this is so cute. I'm gonna send her songs.
I picked Emma Stone because she just is so millennial to me as a person. And
she's my favorite person.
Yeah, she's so millennial. And then all the characters she played are millennials. And she's just so... She's like that. She's like the ultimate, like, because in my mind, for a long time, Zooey Deschanel was the ultimate pixie dream girl. But then she kind of like was too ultimate pixie dream girl. Emma Stone is like actually what you really want. Because she's the pixie dream girl, but she's still the girl next door. And that's so millennial.
I feel like millennial is probably Emma Stone or Jennifer Lawrence.
I was thinking about Jennifer Lawrence too.
Like I love them both, but I like Emma Stone better because I think we're kindred spirits, and you may have heard this before on our Crazy Stupid Love Valentine's episode because I am obsessed with Emma Stone. I fully think that we are like the same person in two bodies. Ever since I learned that she did a PowerPoint presentation to like prove to her parents that she had to move to Hollywood to be a star, because I did the same thing.
That's cute.
Yeah, it worked out for one of us, not me. But
we're much younger than her, so
yeah, I know.
But different like, next year. You don't know what you're talking about.
No, absolutely. But like
it's happening.
It's absolutely happening.
Well-being is coming towards you.
Absolutely.
There's nothing you could do to stop it.
I mean, I'm a superstar. Stardom is like my thing. Anyway, like my plan was to not go to college and just be a star. And my parents were like, no.
Yeah.
No. So that's where it's got me. But
now we're on to all the stardom.
Yeah. Now she's a star with a college degree.
Who did you pick it for your dude?
The Rock.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. I would have thought he was I would have thought he was Gen X as well.
No way. How old is The Rock? No way. He's like 56. I'm gonna look for this up. I'm gonna look this up. I just feel
Gen
like
X is like what, 40, 42 and up?
millennials is 25 to 40.
Uh-huh.
The Rock age. He's 48.
So he is a Gen X.
He's a Gen X.
You keep picking. You didn't do any research on these things.
I did. What? Okay, so hear me out. I picked The Rock because like millennials fuck with The Rock big time.
Yeah, they do. But he himself is not a millennial. But I get why you would pick him, because a lot of these, it's like you were trying to pick someone who is of that generation, but also is influencing the generation. And a lot of times the person from a previous generation is influencing the current generation.
Yeah, that's why. Oh my God. I am like, I mean, I can think of 40,000 other millennial people.
I picked the perfect millennial male.
I want to go with Tom Cruise. You? No.
Tom Cruise is not a millennial. He's like a boomer. What are you talking about?
Is he though? We don't know.
Mine.
Who's yours?
Is Drake.
I knew you were going to say Drake. I knew you
Drake is ultimate millennial. He is a millennial.
I hate him.
And he is the most consistent musician. And it's like, that's how like millennials, remember I was saying Kanye is the great divide, but Kanye is a Gen X. But there is someone who has been here the whole time for the millennials, but is also of our generation, and that's Drizzy Drake.
No.
So
I don't claim him.
What? You know who he is. That's also, you can't be mad at someone and they're like, this is who I am, and then they do the thing that they said they do, and then you're like, I just don't like that. Even though he put out bops.
He did put out, I don't like that. See, I wanted to, if we recorded this episode a month ago, I would have said Shia LaBeouf without doubt, 100%. But now that he's an abuser, I'm like, Shia, you ruined this for me. Also, he looks so hot in Pieces of a Woman, and it's very upsetting because I'm like, you're a terrible person, but like, you're so hot. It's the worst.
Yeah, I think I knew Shia LaBeouf was probably a bad person before all that.
I really didn't. I really didn't. I just thought he was weird.
But normally weird is like, people are like, okay, if people let me be weird, then maybe they'll let me be terrible.
Nicolas Cage is weird. Do you think he's terrible?
At acting?
At life. He's a fantastic actor, don't come at me. But like, have you seen that? Have you seen Adaptation?
Have I seen what?
Adaptation.
No, I've never seen that.
It's one of the best movies ever made, written by Charlie Kaufman, and Nicolas Cage plays himself and his twin, and it's a banger.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Meryl Streep is in it.
I like Meryl Streep.
It's literally like, I'm not kidding. This actually happened. Some guy gets tasked to write a book.
Wait, don't tell me the story, because then I got to tell Derek, see if Derek wants to do it for the podcast first.
Oh my God.
You're not allowed to tell me movie stories anymore because
Derek doesn't have any
other podcasts where movies are told to me.
I need to go to Texas so Derek can tell me the movie.
Yeah. You can crash on the couch on our little
I'll be doing that in the next 3 months. Or I will bring sleeping bag.
I have an air mattress. Once our mattress gets here, you can use it.
No, your air mattress is broken. We talked about it.
No, I fixed it.
You fixed. Oh, okay, and we're good.
With Gorilla Glue. This is an ad for Gorilla Glue. Please sponsor us, Gorilla Glue.
Oh my God. I would love that. Gorilla Glue girls.
Gorilla girls, gluing it up. I told Derek we needed Gorilla Glue.
Okay,
I told Derek we needed Gorilla Glue to fix the mattress, and he was like weed?
He's canceled. Ryan Gosling, that could be millennial. He's a bit Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is my millennial.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds is a good one too.
Ryan Reynolds, that's my millennial.
I still pick Drake though.
No, Drake is a more millennial, but I feel like Ryan Reynolds embodies millennial comedy really well.
Oh, that's true. You're
We
right.
should've-
What?
Chrissy Teigen would have been a good millennial too.
I don't like Chrissy Teigen, and I don't want to get into it, but I don't like her. I feel like everyone's just like, it's Chrissy Teigen. And like, what the fuck has she ever done?
I love her.
Okay.
Do you know what she's been?
In everything, she gets everything, and it's like, but why?
Okay, so she was a model, and then she was very successful. She got the video girl part in a fucking I forget his name. Oh me.
Oh yeah.
Like her husband, not her now husband's video. She was the video girl. He fell in love with her. They got married. She was on Twitter. He started being.
But see, we're just we only care about her now, Bo, because she got married to the right guy.
No, I don't care about, like, even if she gets a divorce, I will still care about her because I think she's so funny.
She's funny?
She's so fun. Like, have you seen her like on Twitter or like?
No, I don't tweet a little.
No, she's the queen of like social media clapbacks. She's funny as fuck. So like that's why people like her, I think.
Okay, I gotta get on Twitter again.
And she writes cooking books.
But see, it's like things like that. I feel like she does these things, and it's like these are just like
my mom.
These are things everyone else could do, but why do you get to do them?
My mom literally like. Chrissy Teigen will make something on like Instagram because she likes cooking, and my mom like write down the recipe and try it, and that started being a thing. So she just made a book.
Huh. Okay.
Like,
I still like Drake. Still like Drake.
Fine.
No one's better than Drake for the millennials.
Honestly, it should have been Drake and Chrissy Teigen. That would have been.
I like Emma Stone still a little more too.
No, I love Emma Stone. But Emma Stone is a little too under the radar for a millennial.
No, I think that makes more sense because millennials are sort of half and half because there's like a big group of us that are on social media, but then there's this whole other group of millennials that just don't do it at all.
Okay, see, I made that face because I'm almost Gen Z. And I'm like, I just don't fuck with people that have no social media. They scare
me. Yeah.
I don't like those.
But like my brother Michael, like you get on his Instagram, he has it, but there's nothing happening on there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they have it. But that's my point. It's like it's not like they use it for. There's a half of the group is active on social media, and the other half is just using it to watch everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Valid.
Which I don't think that's the case for Gen Z. I think everyone in Gen Z is active on social media.
Everybody in Gen Z is active. If you're not active, people think you're dead.
Yeah.
Who's your Gen Z gal?
My gal?
Yeah.
Claudia Conway.
Yes, great pick. Love her, my queen. I picked Zendaya, but
I was gonna pick Zendaya. I thought she was a little too on the cusp.
She's very she's like me. She's like very on the cusp. But I picked Zendaya because I know Gen Z really claims her. Mm-hmm. But Claudia Conway is the perfect pick.
I thought so too. I was like, Zendaya's a little on the cusp. Who's someone who's like really, really Gen Z age?
Can you tell everybody that I introduced you to the magic that is Claudia Conway?
I did not know who Claudia Conway is, and I still don't really understand. But I'm following her on Instagram now, and she's on American Idol, and her parents are political people, and
she fucking drags Kellyanne Conway on TikTok, and it's truly
stuff like that. I don't really read any of it actually, but I know who she is.
She's savage. She really is.
She's savage.
I wish her well. Also, she looks 32.
Yeah, she looks like she spent too much time in the sun and smoked cigarettes, and it's like, honey.
But like, then again, if my mom was Kellyanne Conway, I would probably also smoke cigarettes and spend a lot of time in the sun.
I think it's not that she's smoking cigarettes. I think it's spending a lot of time in the sun because she's like, well, she's not blonde now, but she was really, really blonde. And she's, I think that, I don't know where they live, but
Washington.
Yeah, but I feel it seems like she's from like somewhere in the South. Like you go to places like Nashville, everyone has to have blonde hair, you know, and it's like maybe she's from one of these places where you just like everyone's going to a tanning bed and everyone's dyeing their hair. Because even the town I grew up in, if you were like a fair person, that's what they did. They all.
I've never done like I have a fake tanning, and I was thinking about doing fake tanning for my photo shoot tomorrow. But I was like, what if I fuck it up?
Don't do it.
Yes, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
I wouldn't do it. You don't need to be fake tan. You have beautiful skin.
Thank you.
It's very ivory and smooth.
I work really hard for it, but it's a funny situation because then I'm in the cusp yet again of not being white enough or Latina enough. So like if I'm tanned, I look more like Hollywood Latina. Like how, you know, Sofia Vergara is a blonde. And she has to dye her hair black.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, that's Sofia Vergara is a natural blonde.
Huh.
She's a white woman. She's blonde. Spicy white. That's how we call it. I mean, same. But it's a weird moment. Okay. Who's your Gen Z boy?
I have Joshua Bassett because I
picked Noah Centineo because you were gonna pick Joshua Bassett.
Noah Centineo is way hotter.
Absolutely. I was gonna pick Timothée Chalamet.
Oh yeah.
Because
he makes sense actually a little more
than both of them. But yeah. I just love Noah Centineo, and I just heard somebody roast him on Instagram. Like it's such a roast that I'm literally gonna read it to you. I thought about this. I'm like,
why don't people like him? He's just trying to get fucked. People, the guy a break.
I think people don't like him legitimately because they just like don't like social media presence. But I legit think that he's trolling us. Like I legitimately think he's a troll.
Probably. I don't follow him. I should follow him.
Oh, I follow him everywhere. You know I do. But he says like the gnarliest shit that like I'm like, can you shut up? And like he will like tweet like a philosophy quote and then he'll be like, I miss you on like Twitter. And I'm like, this guy's just fucking with us. He's being a troll. Wait, let me find that roast from my favorite problematic YouTuber. Okay, here. Okay. She asked, what male celebrity has the ideal body and why? And then some person said, Noah Centineo, childlike innocence and hot bot, everything. And then she replies, he legit makes my skin crawl. He seems like every frat guy who thinks farting and mullets are funny and goes bald by 24. And I'm like, farting and mullets are funny, one. But
farting and mullets?
Yeah, they're both funny.
Yeah, they're definitely funny. Those might be the pillars of humor.
Yeah, basically, absolutely. I love fart. Like I will never be above a fart joke. If Seth Rogen isn't above fart jokes, I'm not above fart jokes either. But yeah, I think people hate him for his social media persona. But I also think people fake hate him. Like they don't really like when people like hated Taylor Swift, but they didn't really.
Yeah.
Like shit talk her on like social media, but would be like blasting 1989.
It's a good album.
Every album is good. It's a fucking great
1989 is my personal favorite.
No, 1989 is my personal favorite too because of where I was when it came out. Like
yeah.
But
every song on that like is just fun. Not all their albums are fun.
I love Lover. I think Folklore is a masterpiece, but it's fucking sad.
Yeah, I don't want to be sad, Taylor. Taylor, go back to being fun. That's a lot of to ask. I'm sorry.
She has some fun songs in Folklore, I think.
I love the one about her friend that she's like, you came out and I wasn't into it, but maybe I was gay too. You know the one I'm talking about?
Betty?
Yeah, I love that song.
I am convinced that Taylor Swift is bi. Nobody's gonna change my mind.
I think everyone is bi. It's just some people are comfortable saying that and some people aren't.
No, yeah, but like I think that Taylor Swift like actually had girlfriends. Like I'm convinced.
Oh, like Lord?
Not Lord. But Diana Agron from Glee. Have you never seen that conspiracy theory?
No.
Oh, it's crazy. There's tattoos and tattoo removals and receipts. It's the Carly
Taylor would have been another good choice for
why did we pick
millennials?
For millennials, yeah.
Yeah.
Like fuck Shakira. It should have been Taylor. Like, I'm sorry.
All right. I feel like there's really only two choices here. That's so mean.
What do you think are the two choices?
To me, the only choices that wait, are we going by the people or by the generation?
We're going by the generations.
Okay, to me, the only two choices are millennials and Gen X.
To me, the only two choices are Gen Z and Gen X.
Ah, and why is that?
Because I feel like Gen Z took everything that was wrong with millennials and made it a joke. And like Gen Z knows how to take a joke, and millennials are butthurt about everything. Like, I'm not the crystal generation. Like, who the fuck cares? Like, why do you care they're calling you the crystal generation? They're like 80. Like, they're fragile. Like, why do you care? And Gen Z just like roll through the punches. And Gen X is just iconic in every sense and relatively unproblematic.
I guess I'm going more off of like how I would gel with the type of people that they are.
No, I mean, in theory, I was going to say that Gen Z either loves me or hates me, but that's most of the people I know. Like, people, you probably are the same way, I guess. Like, people are never indifferent about me. Like, they either love me or they fucking hate me. Like, there's no in between.
I don't know. I feel like it's all of the above for me. Some people are indifferent to me.
Okay, good.
It doesn't matter. Well, okay, I picked the millennials because I don't think, and now maybe this is because I am a millennial, but
I'm like, you're 100% picking yourself. Like, okay, Samantha, go.
But I don't think it's interesting that the Gen Zers think we're like, oh, they were, they couldn't take it, and they're like, the crystal I don't understand what that means, but from my perspective, because I don't remember anyone talking about Gen X when I was growing up. Millennial was like the first time I really heard about like a generation and it being a problem. So like from our perspective, it kind of sucked that all of a sudden like generations matter for one, and mine's the one that sucks.
Yeah.
And then because of that, we were like, oh well, fuck boomers because they're the ones talking about us like this.
Yeah, I also do think that millennials get an insane amount of hate for absolutely no reason.
Yeah, we're not that bad. I mean, we don't do shit. We're like losers. We're like cool to be around.
But like, I don't think we're losers though. Now I'm putting myself with the millennials. I think that like we inherited an earth and like an economic circumstance that's like so fucked up that it's crazy.
But so did they. Everyone sucks.
No, fuck no.
It was shitty before too.
Oh, Sam, I have lived through 2 once in a lifetime recessions. And I am 25.
Yeah, but it's like their perspective, they're like, oh, we got handed like this war and that war, and we had a depression. Like it's not exclusive. It's like it's always been bad. It's never gonna get good. It's like, that's not the point. The point is not to get good. It's for it to be balanced, and that's the problem. And we just keep fighting with each other, and it'll never be balanced.
What I like the most about millennials is that they are we are a walking dichotomy, because they're not judgmental, but they're also
judgmental.
But they're also the PC police.
Yeah. I think I would pick Gen X if I'm being really honest. Now that I've talked it out.
Yeah. Gen X seems like the right pick.
I have a lot of friends that are Gen X. I like them. They're all super chill. Also, almost everyone who's Gen X that I know smokes weed, and I don't know if that's something that like you guys just have more of it, or you're just more chill than everyone else?
Nah, they're more chill. They're like, they don't
chill.
give a fuck at this point. They're 40.
Well, they went through a lot. A lot of their icons died.
Yeah. Dude, I hope I die before Taylor Swift. I just don't want to be alive for that. Like, it's gonna be terrible.
I totally want to be alive for that. There's going to be an awesome concert in honor of her life afterwards.
And then Olivia Rodrigo's gonna sing Driver's License.
Yeah, she would be a hit person on it. And it'd be like her,
in her punk face.
Ariana Grande, Lord, obviously, Adele, literally all the great women.
There is no way Adele, like that Taylor Swift dies before Adele.
What do you mean? Adele just lost a bunch of weight. She's getting,
I know, but
like shape. She could be, like, she could live to 102, or she could die tomorrow. I mean, like,
in my head, Adele is the person that 100% drinks every night.
Really?
Absolutely. Adele looks like the most fun drunk ever.
Yeah, she probably does get drunk, especially now that she's skinny. She looks like the kind of girls that I used to go to like the clubs with.
Right? Like, she totally looks like she's the drunk friend. And like, I don't mean this as a dig, but I totally see Taylor Swift age 40 being like, okay, it's time to take care of ourselves and like go to bed and like eventually becoming a mom and like, you know what I mean?
Taylor
like
is gonna adopt. She's not gonna
like Jen Aniston her way around life and like be really self-care.
But I mean, when you're that kind of person, she's that kind of person where it's just you. She's an island.
I don't know. I love her.
It's fine to be that way. You just have to accept it.
Shut it down.
So we agree. Gen X is the only generation worth dating.
So all the 41-year-olds can slide into my DMs.
Yeah. No, do it. No, you should try Gen X. Give Gen X a try. I'm satisfied customer. They're solid. You know, like Gen. And also this is the other thing. They know what they're doing. They've been doing it longer.
Oh my God, that's what all my friends say, and I think that's such a funny like argument.
It's because this is the thing about sex. It's not about being good at sex. It's about being good at sensing people's emotions and energies and vibes. Because the real good sex is when you both come at the same time and like no one has to do like work after the come. You know what I'm talking about? So that they are more in tune with it because they've done it a lot more. So they're better at getting it like, oh, we're both doing, okay, sleep. You know, like in the movies, like they can do it like that.
I love your TED Talk.
Yeah. And if they can't do it like that, you're a bad Gen Xer and you need to work on that shit.
You're a boomer now. They don't claim
No, I think boomers can do it too. I think the older you get, the better you are at that part. It's just your body now is the problem. Now your body's like, is my body going to be able to keep up?
You're 75. Fuck.
But people be fucking in their 70s. They do. It's not funny. It's real life.
I know. Jesus. I love how we ended this episode.
This has been a weird episode.
We are only doing weird episodes from now on.
Only weird. Never normal, only strange.
I still need to do the graphics for the Grease episode.
You do. Oh, wait, are we done?
I don't know. Are we done?
We didn't shout out
our Instagram.
Yeah.
We're shouting out our Instagram, bitch. At BF Material Pod. Follow us, please. Like, rate, subscribe. Please write a fucking review. I know that if you're friends with Sam, you fucking go to review for the Spoil the Beans podcast because they have like 300. So write one for us. It's not that hard. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, follow me on Instagram at Hey Gaby Mendes.
And you can also follow me. It's not a big deal.
Oh, you can. because I'm trying to get more followers on her because when we started talking,
No, follow me. Yeah, I'm beating her. F Sam Lopez.
Okay, I have an idea. Whoever gets to 5,000 first, has to like buy the other one a gift.
Okay.
That way we
Wait.
both win.
Oh, okay. So the person who gets more followers has to buy the other one a gift.
It has to buy the loser a gift.
See, that sucks too, because now I'm a loser. Like I get this gift, and it's like, God, this is like I am not less popular gift. That's
Okay.
bullshit.
Okay. No, the person who reaches 5,000 first will get a gift from the other person.
No, the person who reaches 5,000 first gets bragging rights, and the other person has to post about it on their Instagram. They have to be like, "Hey guys, I just want to congratulate Gaby or Sam." It's gonna be you.
But like a
Congratulate
post.
Sam for achieving 5,000
But
followers.
like a post, not an Instagram story. It has to be
No, a story.
dude.
If it's a post, you can delete it after a day.
Okay.
You can do both. Okay, a story and a post, but you can delete the post after a day.
Okay. Valid.
There.
Valid.
That seems appropriate.
This has been Boyfriend Material.
This has been us. Follow at Boyfriend Material. Go onto the YouTube so you can see us make funny faces.
Goodbye. Now, make a few like funny faces for the screen grabs.
Oh, I don't even look like myself there. Look at that.
Okay. That's it. Goodbye.
All right. Wait, we're stopping the whole. Okay.